Okay, this got shared to me today by Aaron Hartman over in the Netherlands, and it's very good. Now, I want you to see something because it proves exactly what I've been saying.
Building, monolith,
by the way,
you want to call it, sitting on planet Mercury, and it's an amazing find. Download the image, take a look for yourself. The object is there. It's plain as day.
He's
so
correct.
Amazing,
I believe.
Amazing stuff.
I believe 100%.
Now, in other news, we have some new
This is
footage
my point.
that was just sent over a couple of hours ago of an airliner out of Brazil that came in contact with a UFO that actually caused some very noticeable damage to the underbelly of the aircraft.
Okay,
so
it's
check
not a
this out,
UFO,
and we'll talk
I see.
more in just a second.
Look at this. This is what happened to this plane from, I think it was from sprites. Now I'm going to show you, they think it was from a UFO. Now hold on a second, I'll show you what they have to say. You see this? This was, I think, from a sprite. Alright, now listen to this.
They discovered them after they landed, and then they found out, through talking to the pilots of the airliner, that they had come in contact with a glowing object that passed directly under them as they were heading for Governador Valadares, which is a municipality of Brazil.
Didn't
now,
pass
the
under,
object
they passed
was
over
originally
it.
seen at 8 a.m. over Recife. Then, about 5 minutes later, was spotted again by this pilot over Governador Valadares,
I'm going to explain
which is a difference of nearly 3,000 kilometers. So how this object crossed this distance in less than 5 minutes is mind.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to explain this whole thing. These are sinkhole collapses, and the atomic gases that are the biogases emitted by the biodigesters, really, that are in the earth, these huge round circular sinkholes. Those are the digesters that digest organic matter, and they give off these methanes in these huge cavities, and when they collapse they create atomic blasts, and I'll show you that. And they're called sprites. And I've known this was going to happen. I haven't had a video about this, and this proves it. Alright, I have a whole series of videos on this. It is a catastrophe and nobody's paying attention. I did this last year on September, it's over a year and a few months, September 2nd of last year, 2015. Now, I'm going to show you, listen to this, just listen. So, see my video and hopefully say something about it. We have to raise our voices. I put this out. This is some of the over a year ago. Nobody paid a bit of attention. Going off and shooting up from the face of the earth, and I believe these are related to sinkhole collapses. There's no question. The extreme high energy gases that are in that hole that's in the ground under these sinkholes, and when they collapse with a circular plug that looks just like a golf ball, and when it drops down it compresses it and they get a photon pulse, and this is what is happening all over the world. Sometimes they shoot out just vapors, and that's happening in Norway, I heard. It's called atomic shock. Fluids being extracted from the earth. It's because there are hydrogen molecules in the methanes. And it looks like it's pretty serious. I don't know. Very serious. And these are what they produce when these things collapse. These big, completely circular, enormous, getting much worse holes too in the ground, and they're popping suck up too much off. And especially in the tundra, well, we'll have them soon in Alaska because they're going to let them drill up. Well, that's I flooded all over the place. I flooded the internet with this when they were going to drill, and they stopped drilling. I don't know if it had anything to do with me, but they stopped. They're sinking like crazy over there. That's a sinkhole. I don't care how you look at it. Watch that. That is a sinkhole. Alright, anyway, these are sinkholes that are going all around the earth, and when they collapse they create these huge atomic pulses, and they're called sprites, and I'll show you what they do in the atmosphere, and you're going to see why that plane got a blast. Alright, this was over a year ago too. I put this out. It was called Sprite Effect on Electronics Planes is Discussed. This was on September 20th, 2015. All right, now listen to this. They're clueless as to what's going on here. This is coming up from sinkholes, coming up under the clouds, goes through the clouds, and comes up and hits whatever's in space.
It's
And there's some weird stuff. Look at this.
It's just no question what's going on.
Each one of those is one of those
So
biodigesters.
as far as I'm concerned, there is no
Anyway.
no.
That's what it is. They're going up and hitting these things, and particulates are coming out of space. And if there's a plane in the way of those, it's going to pop it and do exactly what you saw on that plane. These are the biodigesters. Those are methane. If you poked a hole in those, they would come up and shoot gas in the air. If you lit it up, it would be like a gigantic blowtorch. They do it all the time over there for fun. And there's people standing in these little holes down here. There's a building over here. This is not a little tiny couple little bubbles. This is big, big, big amounts of methane, and the earth is belching it.